you-know-who clarified his tweet about a U.S. immigration ban at yesterday's press briefing. Here's what he had to say and why he's doing it. Take a look.
I will be issuing a temporary suspension of immigration into the United States. It would be wrong and unjust for Americans laid off by the virus to be replaced with new immigrant labor flown in from abroad. We must first take care of the American worker. This pause will be in effect for 60 days, after which the need for any extension or modification will be evaluated by myself and a group of people based on economic conditions at the time.
Right. So is this about protecting American jobs? Because he was talking about, you know, holding up or stopping green cards, and most of the people he's trying to keep out of the country, he says, are flocking over the border. So why are you stopping people with green cards? I don't understand. Is this just him trying to make good on yet another campaign promise from the side? Sonny?
I think this is just actually what be more fake news from the Trump administration, trying to distract and deflect from his woefully inadequate response to the coronavirus. We have over 40,000 Americans now dead because of his woefully inadequate response. You know, my question is, why are you blocking legal immigrants? Those are the folks that play by the rules. Those are the folks that wait, years and years to, you know, to get their status, their legal status. This is the other thing that people need to know about this fake news coming from the Trump administration. What he didn't do was he had so many exceptions to this. He didn't exclude migrant farm workers. He didn't exclude healthcare workers. So what's very interesting is the U.S. eased requirements for immigrants to get certain jobs, such as farm workers, landscapers, crab pickers, people that fill our grocery stores, because he knows that we rely on immigrants to help this economy and to, you know, help us stay alive, our economy alive. So this is, again, just sort of this bait and switch stuff coming from the Trump administration. People really need to look at the underlying facts when you're hearing this misinformation coming from Trump.
Well, we will come right back, because I know Joy and Anna want to speak to this. We were talking about you-know-who's immigration ban. Joy, I know you think he's up to something. What's his game here?
Well, you know, I just want to start by saying that I would like people to understand that 25% of doctors in the United States are immigrants. Okay, so let's just let that sink in for a second as we try to confront this pandemic. Trump's answer to everything is ban immigrants and scapegoat foreigners to fire up the hardliners in his base. It always seems to work for him, so he keeps on doing it. I'm hoping that it will stop working soon. And one thing I'd like to point out about this topic is that Boris Johnson, remember him? The poster child for Brexit, which basically boils down to a tactic to restrict immigration. He just thanked 2 immigrants. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. He thanked 2 immigrants for saving his life. So I guess it has to happen to them for any kind of awakening, you know? And even I don't even know if, truthfully, I don't even know if that would change Trump. Because even if he was sick, God forbid, I don't want anybody to get sick, I still don't think he would understand what he's saying. That's how ambitious and narcissistic this man is.
Right. And you think closing the border is the way to do this? What's the point of closing the border? And which border?
Look, I think it's a political point. Donald Trump thinks attacking on immigration worked for him in 2016, and he hasn't stopped doing it since. He does not miss an opportunity to take a shot on immigration. I will tell you, Joy is completely right. The surgeon on Al, Dr. Gregory Jalot, first-generation Haitian American, all of the nursing staff, Marva, Faisal, all immigrants. But not only that, I think one of the things that has not been spoken about enough, there has been no food shortage. There has been no stop of the food supply in the United States. If you were able to pour fresh milk into your cereal this morning, if you had sliced strawberries, if you have been eating meat, if you have been drinking dairy, it's probably because there are immigrants, undocumented immigrants in the fields of America, risking their lives, working not at 6 feet apart in order to continue feeding us. So you know how we often like to say, and you often hear, oh, immigrants do the job that nobody else is willing to do. Well, a lot of those jobs include risking their lives so the rest of us can be in quarantine and we can stop this evil pandemic. So we really have to think about just how much immigration has meant to flattening this curve and dealing with this issue. Legal and undocumented. That's the damn truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane. You were saying, Sonny, you had something?
Well, you know, just to Anna's point, you know, the upcoming ban, again, it's going to exempt seasonal foreign farm worker visas, which is one of the largest sources of immigration at the moment. And so this is, again, just sort of this hazy deflection, red meat for his base. He thinks it's going to work. People have to get their facts. And in terms of our healthcare workers, you know, y'all know that my husband's a surgeon. He's from Spain. He's an immigrant. His parents are doctors. One is from Haiti, one is from Spain. So the fact that, you know, our immigrant population is really just the bedrock in many instances of our healthcare system, which is under tremendous pressure right now with dealing with the coronavirus. It is crazy that he is trying to stigmatize immigrants when we know that one of the exceptions for this new alleged ban are healthcare workers. People have to know the facts.
Well, the other interesting thing is this is a man who is married to an immigrant.